Hey everybody. So this is something, huh? All this remote learning and hanging out at home. I hope everything's going well for everybody. This is how we're going to be doing class from now on, videos and tutorials, and we're going to have lab time. I hope you got the email. If you didn't, let me know, and I'll make sure you get the email that has instructions on how to go to the Zoom office hours and other stuff like how to get the Adobe Suite onto your computer and stuff like that. So our lesson today is going to be pretty different. So we finished our first video project. That was our big project. Now we're going to kind of take a turn in a new direction. We're going to start a little bit of basic animation. So first thing we need to do is learn just a little bit of other software outside of Premiere. Even though Premiere is mainly our main piece of software, it's our video editing software. If you want to make animated elements to videos, you're going to need to know how to use a couple other apps. So the first one is Illustrator. I'm going to give you a little demonstration on what we're going to be doing. So here's Illustrator. When you open it up, it gives you this sort of like, remember how Premiere says, oh, no, you want to open a new project? And you go, yeah. Same thing here is, oh, do you want a new document? I'm going to say, yeah. I'm going to click this letter-sized document here. Yep. And it should open it. There we go. It's just running a little slowly. All right. So you have a blank piece of paper, which probably seems like it has nothing to do with editing, video editing, which you're right, but it does have something to do with creating characters. So the main tool that we're going to be working with today, actually the only thing we're going to be working with today and over the weekend is the pen tool. It's right here. Doodly doodly doo. You see this? So you open a document, just open whatever size of paper, it doesn't really matter. But you grab the pen tool and we're going to start drawing shapes. Now it's going to look really weird and complicated. Let's see what kind. Pretty cool little blob I made, right? So I know it looks complicated, but I'm going to show you how to use this. And actually, the best tool that I've ever found to teach you how to use the pen tool is online. It's a game, actually. So let's go to your browser and go to I know you say this Bezier, but it's spelled more like Bezier, bezier.method.ac. And I'm going to include that in an email, so you should have gotten that. And it's a little game, and what you do is, see how it gives you a little pen tool? Well, it's going to teach you how to use the pen tool. This first one, you just click here. It's kind of in my way, that stuff. It's not supposed to be like there like that, but anyway, you just complete these little puzzles. So it shows you how to do it first. See? Oh, you just got to make a little house shape with your pen tool. So I'm going to click there. 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 And I'm going to click there. And yay, I did it. Oh, now here it's getting complicated. You're going to have to make a circle. And the curves are really the strong point for the pen tool. So, oops, I think I did that the wrong way. And these, by the way, when you click it, so I'm clicking and holding, and it draws out handlebars, what we call handlebars. And I'm just going to pretty much mimic what that tool did a minute ago. And I'm going to just, it kind of gives you a little a way to cheat by giving you these like shadows of where the handlebars should go. All right, there we go. Now it's going to get a little complicated. Here, you have to hold it down, draw out your handlebars, but then hold the Alt button to move them in a new direction. So here I'm going to hold them down. Okay, let's see, you know what? I forgot how to do this. I'm going to press Control Z or Command Z on a Mac to undo. Now I'm going to go, you know what? Okay. Now, here's the trick. Do you see where my handlebar is way over here on the left? If I keep going and try to finish the project, oh, it won't let, you can't get it in that heart shape. And it goes, it won't let you. So we're going to hold Alt. Oops, actually I have to hit undo. you get to a position where you can't fix it. You just got to refresh the screen. Oh no, but it's going to make me start the whole game over. Ugh, I hate when that happens. Oh, you know what? I could press Control X to clear the stage. Anyway, long story short is if you follow this game, it's going to teach you how to use the pen tool. Follow it all the way to the end. It gets pretty complicated, but if you can make it to the end of this game and finish the whole thing, then you got the hang of this pen tool. So in the pen tool, I know you're thinking that, well, why is it so useful? Why are we putting so much effort into learning a tool that's so difficult to use? It's because it's the most important tool. It's the tool. It's like the main tool that Adobe products use. So I mean, I know it seems strange now, but later on you'll realize that it actually makes life way easier. I mean, to draw and create shapes. I mean, it's after you get the hang of it, it's super useful. So keep moving forward on this game. That's your assignment number 1. When you're done, screenshot the screen for me because it shows you how many anchor points you used to finish the game. I want to see that screenshot, please. Email that screenshot to me. That's your daily assignment, as well as the next thing I'm about to tell you about. So in your email, I'm going to include a sheet of little designs. Let's see if I can pull it up here. But you're going to trace it on Adobe Illustrator with your pen tool. So I am going to, let me go find it on my desktop. The easiest way to do this is just to open up a new document. I'm just going to delete this really quick. You don't have to know how to do this, but it's one of these arrows. You just click on the little, what they call a path there, and you hit. So I'm going to open up a folder. I'll draw the trouble to find it, and I lost it. Pen. I called it something like pen exercises. Here we are. So we're just going to drag that onto the canvas. And there it is. I'm going to move it a little bit. I'm going to zoom out. Okay. You can shrink it down like that by grabbing the... Okay. Now, here's the trick. We have something called layers. Now, you've all used tracing paper, right? Well, Illustrator has layers like tracing paper. You can lay them on top of each other. So this is the bottom layer. And now I'm going to click this icon right here called Create Layer. So please do that. And you'll have another layer. Now I'm going to go to that first layer. I'm going to make it less, well, I'm going to reduce the opacity. So that means I'm going to make it not as bright or bold. Actually, what it technically does is it makes it it makes it more transparent. But since there's nothing behind it, you're not going to see through it. So it's just going to kind of gray it out. Now this layer 2, that's where we're going to put our drawings. And we're going to trace over all these drawings. Just like so. Okay, and I want you to match them up the best you can. That was not good, right? That's okay, because we have undo. Good. Looks good. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, now you might notice that this looks. Oh, and then you hit enter if you have if you can't get that little string off. Just hit enter and it finishes it. You might notice that there's like a weird white stuff. There's something going on here, right? It's because this has a fill. I'll explain later, but go over to this white square, click it, and then click this arrow this box that has a little red arrow through it. And that'll fix that problem. That's okay. And so on and so forth. I want you to do all these different shapes. So. And once you do this, you're going to start to feel pretty comfortable. If you can accomplish all these shapes, you're going to have the pen tool down pretty pat. And I will explain. I know it's kind of hard to do something that involves a lot of work when you don't know exactly what we're going to do with this tool, but we are going to use it. So both to create the characters I told you about that we're going to animate, little cartoony versions of ourselves, but you use it for other things too. All right, that's your assignment, is send me the screenshot of as far, if you can't finish the Bezier tool game, then get as far as you can. Shoot me a screenshot of that. Then trace these elements and send that to me as well. Okay, I'll talk to you all soon.